Brotherhood Outcasts Research Notes. Subject, laser rifle/pistol. Researcher, J.T. Benning. Analysis. Further research regarding laser weaponry has not revealed much we didn't already know. Small production run of prototype weapons developed by U.S. military. Critical components. Power drawn from microfusion cell is processed through a wave particle diverter, manufactured by General Atomics International. Diverters are protected by carbon fiber housing, preventing frequent malfunction, but when a diverter fails, the weapon becomes unusable, and this part is extremely difficult to replace or repair. Precision-cut lenses focus optic energy. Lenses are prone to damage and can grossly affect precision of the firing weapon's firing mechanism. Lenses are easily replaced with any clear glass, but require a great deal of skill to fabricate. Field operation. A fully charged cell will discharge 20 bolts from a pistol and 12 from the rifle model. Recoil is negligible compared to ballistic weapons, so long-range combat requires less marksmanship ability of the soldier. Maintenance. The chassis are easily opened, allowing the weapon to be serviced in the field. Purified water and a clean cloth can be used to wash mirrored and glass components, slowing wear on the weapon. The weapon can also overheat after a period of intense use. This can be counteracted by submerging the barrel of the weapon in water, which helps cool heat sinks located beneath the chassis shell in that area. Subject: Enclave armor. Researcher: T.T. Bowser. Analysis. After several radiation experiments, I can safely conclude that the Enclave armor is more radiation resistant than power armor, although not by much. Regardless, more research and tests are needed to determine exactly what makes it more resistant. Subject: Minigun. Researcher: H.P. Smith. Analysis. Why am I researching such old technology? Practice, blah blah blah. Anyway, the minigun uses a much smaller round than most of the rifles found throughout the wastes. However, the rate of fire of the minigun makes up for the small 5mm round, sending a hail of bullets towards its target. Its sheer size, coupled with its trademark sound, is enough to send anyone in its path running for cover. It's a great weapon for suppressing fire, letting others flank the unsuspecting enemy. A typical cartridge holds around 100 rounds. Subject: Missile launcher. Researcher: J.J. Brown. Analysis. After several attempts to modify the missile launcher to increase its accuracy, I conclude that it cannot be done. In fact, this is the third one I've broken in the past month. I will pass the task on to L.J. Rogers, who seems confident enough that it can be modified and that I merely overlooked obvious miscalculations. Technically, the missile launcher I've recently worked on is not broken. It just does not function properly. I have since locked it up in weapons storage. Subject: Plasma rifle. Researcher: R.R. Rasting. Analysis. The plasma rifle, like the laser rifle, uses a microfusion cell as its power supply. It taps into the cell, essentially a small fusion reactor, to produce a torrid of plasma that is ejected down a superconductor barrel. A typical microfusion cell can supply the rifle with around 8 shots. Further research needs to be done to determine exactly how the plasma retains its density while traveling through the air toward its target. Subject: Pulse grenade. Researcher: L.J. Rogers. Analysis. The pulse grenade is the most effective weapon against robotics. Upon detonation, an intense electromagnetic pulse is emitted, severely crippling any robotics within the explosion radius. They are extremely handy against the many robots and turrets found throughout the capital wasteland.